Sorry about that. There's going to be a second part of the video now. People knocking on my door trying to sell me, installation in my walls, and I've already got it. Right, next one I think was sub. Not as well loved as some of the other animated films out there. CGI it was. This is another CGI film, TMNT. And we have first of 3 Toy Story films. These are all the double play special editions with slipcases, which are quite hard to get these days. The slipcase versions sort of for the very first release, and then they release them without them. I'm not that bothered about them, but if I get them with them, I don't sell them or anything, I don't sell the slipcases, but some people do actually buy just the slipcases. Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3. And they have my favourite Pixar film of all time, Up. Really, really awesome. This is the 4-disc combi, double Blu-ray DVD digital copy. Really, really enjoyed this film. Watched it a couple of times now. This one's the Wallace and Gromit Complete Collection. It's all the shorts, including A Matter of Life and Death, which I used to have just that on Blu-ray, and then sold it and bought this for a couple of pound more, and you get everything in one place. That's good. Doesn't have the feature length film in it though. And we have Wall-E. That's the Pixar films I've got here. Didn't really think it was as good as some of the other ones, but it was alright. It's in the middle of the road. And this last one is Where the Wild Things Are, which is a bit of a freaky game. I've watched played the game, and it isn't exactly kids related, but it's about as close as you can get really to putting it in a category. Right, so some animated films. This is now going to be, this part is going to be in 2 parts, because I haven't figured out how to join videos together and keep the sound. Because whenever I play these back on media player, there's no sound. But if I play it back on VLC player, and also when I upload it to YouTube, there's sound. But when I try and use the software that I've got, which is media, Windows Media related, it joins it fine, but then it doesn't give you any sound, so there's no point. These next 2 are just Bond films. I've got all the Bond films on DVD in a box set, but this is the 2 Blu-rays, Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace, which was terrible compared to Casino Royale. We have more of the place here now. These 2 are both the Karate Kid films that have been released. Karate Kid 2, both with slipcases. Bought these from My Memory for like £4 each when they just came out, so really, really cheap prices. But I really enjoyed these 2 films. The other ones not so much. And here is 2 films that were in a box set actually, but I didn't put it in with the other box sets. Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, along with Sin City. But I prefer to have them separate, because I put these separate to the Sin City in my collection. So to have them in a box set didn't really make a lot of sense. The first part I really, really enjoyed. The second part wasn't as good, but yeah, the Kill Bill films as a whole are pretty kick-ass. Right, I'm going to go with the comedy films now. So I'll just grab these over. Oh dear. So I have all these on bookcases. I take them off the bookcases so it's easier to get them, and then I end up not being able to do it because the camera's rubbish and I've got to hold it all the time. Right, this first lot of comedy films, again alphabetical order. Got Anger Management. Try and do this quicker so I can get through more. Big Fat Important Movie, which is not the original name for the film. I think it was called An American Carol, and they changed it over here for whatever reason. I don't know why. One of the last films Leslie Nielsen did, comic legend. Then we have Borat. Really enjoyed this film. Saw it at the cinema. It was the last film I saw at the cinema actually. Haven't been back, but yeah, Borat was really, really awesome, and thoroughly recommend that film. As is the second film he did, which is Bruno. I know it's a little bit gay, but it was a funny film, and it's just a character, so you just got to sort of go along with it. And it's a really awesome finish. The cage fight with all the Southern hicks going mental because there's 2 guys snogging in the ring. This next one is Death at a Funeral. I heard some good stuff about it, and I liked the original, so I thought I'd give it a go. It was only £5. Haven't watched it yet, but I'm sure it'll be quite funny. Got Tracy Morgan in from 30 Rock, which I've just discovered, and I've got through the first 3 seasons in like 4 days. yeah, next one is Dumb and Dumber Uncut. Love Dumb and Dumber. Watched it so many times on video. My brother can pretty much quote the whole movie. Me not so much, but just a really awesome film, and it does look really good in high definition. It's worth the upgrade. The next one is Funny People, 2-disc collector's edition. Not as funny as you would expect, but that didn't really matter because it was a good film. This one not so good a film, but I am a fan of Steve Carell and The Rock, so Get Smart, based on the 60s movie, but it's not that good really. Next is Ghostbusters, classic, looks good in HD. Everyone should have this Blu-ray in their collection really. You know, I hope they bring out Ghostbusters 2 on Blu-ray, although it wasn't as good a film, just, you know, to have them both out there. There's not much point in bringing out one if you're not going to bring out the rest. Same with this next film, Home Alone. This is a slipcase version. You know, Home Alone was a brilliant film. Home Alone 2 was just as good, if not better, but obviously it really ends there, and then just, you know, don't release the rest. They're not worth owning. Next up is, I only bought this for one reason, and that is Emma Stone, the House Bunny, because I'm, you know, really into Emma Stone at the moment. Not surprising to see why, but so I've got a lot of her films, or I've watched them. Some I haven't got anymore, but so I'm going to rebuy them. Yeah, she would look really good in this film. I've got Superbad and Easy A on the way. This next one is The Infidel, with Omid Jalili. Really, really funny film, a British comedy film about a guy who finds out he thought he was Indian, he's actually Jewish, and trying to cope with that. This next one is The Invention of Lying, Ricky Gervais. Ooh, not one of his better films, but still thought it was pretty cool. Has Jonah Hill, Tina Fey, Jennifer Garner in it as well. Pretty decent, you know, film. Not incredible or anything. Same as this next one, License to Wed. I don't know. I've seen it before. I thought it was quite good. And it's got John Krasinski in from The Office. And Robin Williams. You know, he's had some good films and some bad films in the last few years. This is one of the better ones, I think. Just a funny romantic comedy, really, with some slapstick. Up next, oh, this is a great film. Monty Python's Life of Brian. Again, another sort of must-have in your Blu-ray collection. It does look pretty good considering the age of the film, and some just loads of extras in it. Next one is Little Miss Sunshine, another one with slipcase. Steve Carell, Toni Collette, and a breakout performance from a very young Abigail Breslin. Not that she's that much older now, but she was really small here. Really fun, you know, film, family film. A little bit quirky, but that's good for me. This next one I've only got for two reasons. One is it's a wrestling film. Two, it's got Jack Black in it, but Nacho Libre. I'm not in any rush to watch the film, but it's there, just to be there, really. Last few. Pineapple Express, stoner comedy. Not a huge fan of stoner films, you know, sort of anti-drug, but you know, if you get past that, it's a good, fun comedy. Up next is Pink Panther, original 1963 film. Really good, classic film. Next we have Will Ferrell, not his best, not his worst. Semi-pro, it's in the middle. It's a cool basketball comedy. You know, it's not Land of the Lost bad. But it's not Talladega Nights good. Centrinians up next. I'm a perv for hot girls in school uniforms, as long as they're of legal age, which the girls in this film are. Gemma Arterton and Tamsin Edgerton, people like that. Tallulah Riley. I've got the second film in the post as well, but I'll do an update on other Blu-rays that come through after this. Sherlock Holmes. This is the slipcase version with the pretty cool hologram. Last few comedy films. We've got a film I haven't seen for many years, not since I had it on DVD years ago. Starsky and Hutch with Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson. One of Stiller's better films, more funny films. I think a good remake. Step Brothers, Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. Really good funny film. This is the next film with the same two men, Talladega Nights. Really fun film, one of Will Ferrell's better films, I think. This next one is Jack Black, Ben Stiller, Robert Downey Jr., Tropic Thunder. Really awesome film. Watched this a couple of times. Very funny. This next one isn't as funny, and it's a shame because John C. Reilly, he's been in some good films, but Walk Hard isn't that good. A film, it's not as funny. Bought that, I think, because Jenna Fisher's in it from The Office, Pam. She looks pretty good in it. This next one, I don't know why I've got this one actually. Wild Hogs, I think it was just because it was really super cheap. It's a biker comedy, but I don't think there's a lot of comedy in it. But Tim Allen's pretty cool when he's when he's being I don't know, Tim the Two-Man Tailor. I'm not sure about anything else. Next one, another Jack Black film that sort of flopped. Him and Michael Cera in Year One, but I thought it wasn't a bad film. I think Harold Ramis directed it, but it's not as good as obviously Ghostbusters or anything. Then we have The Yes Man with Jim Carrey, based on the book by Danny Wallace. Not gone around to watching this yet, but it was really super cheap, cheaper than DVD to get the Blu-ray, so got that. And then the next one, the last one, You Don't Mess With the Zohan, Adam Sandler. Pretty fun film, pretty funny, quite a lot of extra features on it as well. Rob Schneider with his appearance doesn't look anything like Rob Schneider in the film. That's probably a good thing. So that's the last of the comedy films here. And now I'm going to go over and do the action films. I should have time to do them. These again are in alphabetical order. So first up we have 16 Blocks, which I've also got an HD DVD. Really like this film. Really good endings, both of them. But I won't spoil it if anyone hasn't watched it. But there's a happy ending and a sad ending. 300, phenomenal film, really awesome, looks great in high definition. This film again I had an HD DVD and sort of changed it, sold it and got the Blu-ray version instead. We have Alien vs Predator and Alien vs Predator 2, which is so dark. I don't even know why I've got it. I think I only got it because I bought the second one in the job lot and can't be bothered to sell it yet. This one's Alpha Dog. I used to have a lot of these in HD DVD and sort of upgraded. Next is Babylon AD. Bangkok Dangerous. The less said about some of these things, films are better. I know I haven't got some of these films aren't very good, but I bought them in a job lot. I just haven't got round to selling them yet. I got them for like £4 each, so there's a bank job, which I didn't think was that good. I thought it was going to be better than it was. My brother said it was brilliant, and I didn't think much of it. Beowulf, Blood Diamond, Black Hawk Down, Body of Lies. That's a really good film. I've seen that one. The Brave One, good revenge movie. He's an HM exclusive. Actually, it's Buried, which is now dropped in price a lot. Even for the HMV exclusive version. It also has the Contestant as a bonus Blu-ray in this set. You can't get it on the normal version. But Buried is a film where it's just basically one guy, Ryan Reynolds, in a casket for the whole film, trying to get out. Good twist at the end as well. City Rats. Not a big fan of Danny Dyer. This is another one of those ones that I got in a. I basically bought like 50 Blu-rays for £200, and I haven't sold any of them yet. Some I wanted to keep, like Crank 2, some I don't want, like City Rats. Death Race is 2 Jason Statham films back to back. Crank 2 and Death Race 2, really good films. I'd recommend it. Haven't watched them in high definition yet. I watched them on DVD and not watched them on Blu-ray. This next one is a really underrated film, Death Sentence. Fantastic revenge film. Kevin Bacon, one of his better performances of his career, but didn't really get the hype that it deserves. It's one of the ones I just got the other day. This is The Departed. I've got it on HD DVD, but I upgraded to Blu-ray just because I'm not using my HD DVD player anymore. But a really awesome film. Next up we have Die Hard 4.0, which is a lot better than I expected. Really awesome. A lot of these films come back and aren't as good as before, like Rocky Balboa and even Rambo. Well, it was alright film, wasn't as good as the first few, but Die Hard is just as good as the first in my opinion. Okay, the next one is Domino, which I bought basically because Keira Knightley's fit, and I thought it was a pretty good film. I haven't watched it for a long time, but I watched it on DVD and thought it was pretty good, and get it again on Blu-ray. They were going to fall. Never mind, clean up later because there's something to do. Right, doing another pile now. We've got Eastern Promises. Pretty good sort of Russian mafia-based film. It's in London. A little bit too much of Viggo Mortensen's, man bits on display. Not that he's got a lot to show, but they were on display a little bit too much in that film, or a little bit too long. Next up we have Mel Gibson in Edge of Darkness, with Ray Winston. It's the fantastic Fight Club. This is the 10th anniversary edition, this little case. Really recommend that film to anyone. With Harrison Ford in The Fugitive. Gamer with Gerard Butler. For gamers, this film is probably going to be better to you than those people that don't really play games, but I enjoyed it. It was a good popcorn movie. Hancock, Will Smith, Hitman, based on the game, Hitman. I actually quite enjoyed this movie. I don't think that many people did, but I kept it around for a while, and I'll probably watch it again at some point, but I thought it was a pretty decent film. Then we have Hot Fuzz, really funny film, with Frost and Pegg. Didn't put it in the comedies because it is more action than comedy, I think. I've got Shaun of the Dead on HD DVD, but I will upgrade that one to Blu-ray. Next one is iRobot with Will Smith. Looks really good in high definition. Indiana Jones 4. It's just there really. Not that good a film compared to the first three, obviously. Jumper, thought it was pretty decent. Law-Abiding Citizen, haven't watched this one yet, but I heard good things about it. I think it's another revenge film, so I'm looking forward to watching that when I get time. There's Layer Cake, another film I haven't seen but heard good stuff about. Leon Special Edition. It is a really awesome film. Jean Reno is really good in pretty much any film he's in. They have Looking Number 11. Again, another underrated film. I think it's really good. Some good twists and turns. Good action, sort of a little bit of comedy in there as well, but mostly action film. We have Max Payne, Harder Cut, another terrible video game remake, but I like video game films, no matter how bad they are. Miami Vice, Farrell and Fox. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, looking ridiculously good. These are where we're going to slide away. Need to make some more room here. This is what happens when you try and put all your Blu-rays on a small two-seater couch. Right. Next up we have The Mummy 3, Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, Mutant Chronicles. Last few now. Got Predator 1 and 2. The Ultimate Hunter Edition, they actually brought out two versions of Predator on Blu-ray. They cocked up the first one, so they re-released it a second time, got it right. We have Reservoir Dogs, Rock and Roller, Sahara. It's my only American import film. It was in a job lot, so I wouldn't have bought it else, but otherwise. Probably sell that at some point. Shoot Up, really ridiculous film, but really good at the same time. Just wasn't really much of a plot to it, but it didn't really matter. It's just a guy shooting people. But it's a fun film. Snakes on a Plane, Samuel L. Jackson. Another ridiculous film, but fun at the same time. Good popcorn film. Just watch it and you don't have to really think about it. This next one looks really cool cover. It's a Stargate, the movie. I'm not a fan of the film, not a fan of the TV series, but I'm a fan of the film. It looks really cool when you move it. So this case. Street Fighter. These wouldn't have been moving around, but basically a few days ago my sofa just died on me. The spring popped and my arse fell through it, so I moved the two sofas around, so now I've got the proper sofa that still works properly, that hasn't been used for like the 2 years that I've had them, so I should get another 2 years of use out of it. Street Fighter, again, really awful film, but it's based on a computer game, so it's sort of there for sentimental value. So we have Street Kings. Then we have another import, actually, Region 1, because it's not available over here. This is awesome. Terminator 1. then there's two. I've got Terminator 2 and Terminator 4 on Steelbooks. That's why they're not here. There's Terminator 3. And finally War with Jet Li and Jason Statham. So that's all of my Blu-rays part 2. There'll be a part 3 which will look at foreign films, horrors, and dramas, things like that, and a few other bits and bobs probably. So that'll be the third part, which will probably be a bit short actually, because I've only got about maybe 50-60 left to go through. So yeah, I'll do them in the next video. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.